Hello there. So I thought I'd pop in and say hi. Hi, friends. Speaking of friends, we all have them, right? I hope we have them. At least one. Y'all gotta have at least one friend. But man, have I needed friends lately. My mom went into hospice about weeks ago. She's been suffering from Alzheimer's for almost 8 years, and she recently passed. But before she did, I contacted a good friend of mine from high school who's a music therapist. And she offered to come and play music by her bedside. And the day that she was supposed to come, she texted me. She said she had a horrible migraine and she wasn't sure she'd be able to visit. And I was a little disheartened and I wanted to see my friend and I needed her support, but I also totally understood. So I dropped my kid off at school and headed to my mom's memory care facility to see her. And then shortly after I got there, I got a text from my friend and she said she was parking the car. She'd be there in a minute. And she said she was feeling better and felt called to come and sit by my mom's side. And she brought her guitar and she played the most lovely music and sang for my mom before she left this world. Absolutely beautiful. We all have friends like that, don't we? The ones that'll move mountains to be there for us and they stand by us and follow through with their commitments every single time. And I was so grateful for my friend that day. But we also have those friends that are emotionally unstable and constantly flake on us. And it's hard to count on them. And they might be good people, but there's a little distrust that they won't follow through with their promises. And we never bank on them being there. And so the reason I'm bringing this up, in part, it's nice to be able to share my experiences and what I'm going through right now. But while this might seem a little disjointed to talk about the topic of branding, it really isn't. Because even in business, we're humans interacting with other humans. And it's easy to forget that when you're in a transactional business relationship. But stay with me here. I have a point. So think about it. Swap out those friends for businesses. One business maintains consistency and identity and expectations, and they're always there to deliver on whatever they promise. And they communicate clearly and consistency with the same message every single time with their customers. Customers know what to expect with every interaction and every purchase. And the other business, it's all over the place. The logos on their products never match because they swap out the colors in their logo just because. And no two brand messages are the same, and maybe they're conflicting messages. One day they're offering maybe sales and coupons, and the next they decide to switch to an everyday low prices strategy. So their social media posts might be a hodgepodge of conflicting photographic styles and layouts. The question is, which of these businesses would you trust more? This is a subtle thing, and you may not even distrust them. You may feel something is off about them, but trust is at the heart of consistency in branding. And being consistent shows consumers that your business is stable and reliable, and the sense of security is real, and it plays a huge role with customers. And brand consistency helps people recognize your business. And it can make you more memorable than your competition. And in fact, according to a statistic by Global Banking and Finance, 71% of consumers are more likely to buy a product or service from a brand that they recognize. So given a choice between a brand that they know and one that they don't, they'll nearly always choose the one that they're familiar with. And here's the kicker. Businesses with consistent branding experience up to 20% greater overall growth and up to as much as 33% higher revenue compared to others that are struggling with off-brand content. It's actually probably on average around 23%. But you don't have to be a huge brand or business to leverage consistency. And in fact, if you make consistency a priority in your small business, you'll do better than 60% of most businesses who don't. So in my next email, I'll break down the brand style guide for you, which is the single most important document that every business can use to create consistency in your marketing. And guess what? It's not hard to create. So that's my spiel on consistency and friends. It's been a rough ride for me, but I'm going to get back into things and swing of things for consistency. And as always, never hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Have a beautiful day.